Hey guys, Jared here. So, this is my top 10 movies with, non-linear narratives, I guess, for the most part. Movies that just have scenes that seem shot out of order. Some of them are connected, some of them aren't. Personally, a lot of them are my favorites. And I just have to say, I've always liked this style. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I do like this one. And I think y'all like my list too. Well, for number 11 is Jacob's Ladder, which is a really good look into the mind of um, PTSD and just. It's a really good story, hard to explain, and topping off that, it belongs on this list. A lot of people like it because it's really batshit crazy, and it is pretty good. I have to admit, I really always liked this movie. The Creme Master Cycles at number 10. Now, I've seen about three of them. I know there's, I think, five in total. I was shown them by my college professor, who she was one of my art teachers, and she just was like, "Oh, you like crazy bad, like really odd movies and stuff? Watch these five." And the weird part is they go down. Like I think it starts with Grandmaster 5. I'm not sure. I might be off by that. So don't take my word as gospel, but like and then like about every other decade or so, well, I shouldn't say every other decade. Like in the next 5 decades following the first one, they literally go from like 5 to 1 instead of, the traditional 1, 2, 3. Like it starts at number at whatever the first one is, and then it goes down. And I always thought that was an interesting thing to do because that's pretty ballsy as a movie. The Fountain. Now I haven't really talked about this movie much, but it is wonderful. The capturing of this movie is beautiful. I think it's one of the best movies of all time. The cinematography is wonderful. It's just a great story. I mean, it was really big when it came out, but people haven't really talked about it. So yeah, you should probably just check it out. Reservoir Dogs. Now this movie, there's nothing you can say. Like once you see the scene with I can't think of the song right now, and I just was talking about it yesterday. Once you hear that song after seeing this movie, and I know that 70s song, and I can't think of it right now, and it's really bothering me. But once you hear that song, you can't think of anything else. This movie's just not balls to the walls, action packed, but it has its eventful moments. It's just really good. Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. Now this movie. If you have ever been through a really bad breakup, this is a movie for you. It is ball clenchingly hard. Like I really, really like this movie, but I don't know, it mm, definitely is an interesting little bit. It definitely messes with your idea of what if you can forget something because it ended badly, even if it was so much good, would you? And god dang, is this movie heart-throbbingly good. I always liked this movie, so I could go on with it. And Jim Carrey actually manages to play a decent guy. Like he's not that bad of an actor. It is like usually you think of him as this funny guy, but this movie he's really serious and he's good at it. This one I think a lot of people are gonna find, you know, they wanted it at number one, but fuck them, cause I don't feel this one belongs at number one. I definitely think it belongs on this list, but does not belong at number one. And that is Memento, because Memento is possibly one of my like I said, another favorite movie, but pretty good. Memento's number 5. Um, yeah, or no, yeah, number 6. Sorry, my bad, number 6. And that's what I think makes Memento really, really good. Is the fact that it's one of the very first people that was massively seen as a nonlinear movie, other than the one that's going to come after it. I think Memento's definitely the whole concept of it really good. Now number 5. I'm sorry, I got this mixed up, but is Pulp Fiction. Now, yeah, I do have 2 Tarantino films on here, but still, freaking A. If you have not seen this movie, you should. And definitely one of the best, one of my favorite Christopher Walken scenes of all time. Even though it has no real impact on the plot, still a great scene. And really, it's such a quotable movie, a memorable movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Number 4, Donnie Darko. Mostly because I fucking love this movie. I've talked about it before, and you can argue that it's not a nonlinear movie. That it does have a movie narrative, but really, a lot of the scenes don't seem to. It does have a chronological order, yes, but it doesn't have a narrative that's chronological. That's what makes it interesting. Like, to manage to balance those two things, but it seems to have a chronological order, but it's really hard to explain. This movie, I don't know, I loved it a lot. I thought it was good. Mostly because you couldn't tell if he's going insane or if this is really shit happening to him. Number 3, I'm Not There. I'm a big Bob Dylan fan. I like a lot of his music. Definitely a huge fan of his style. You know, he was a generation. And this movie, by God, is it freaking excellent. It is mind-bogglingly a good movie. Because it actually has you, as an audience, interact with the movie. Like, it's really... You have to put something... For people who don't get this movie or don't like it, I mean, I would say, even if you don't like Bob Dylan, like some of my past teachers have said, they really hate Bob Dylan's voice, but I've never been bothered. I always thought he had an interesting sound. But anyways, you have to put something into this movie to get something back. That's what I think makes this movie so good. Number 2, Old Boy. Not the remake, because I haven't actually seen the American remake yet. I've been meaning to get around to it. But the original South Korean film. This movie fucking blew my mind. And yes, it does follow the narrative, but it's a lot of flashbacks and just... God, is this movie amazingly wonderful. And I've loved it a lot. My number 1 movie. Oh, honorable mentions, I should probably put. For my honorable mentions, I put on Citizen Kane because it's such a wonderful movie that you can't not leave it off. But if you put it on every list, it wins every freaking time. Annie Hall, it's a classic, but it's a good movie. One of the other best Christopher Walken scenes. 500 Days of Summer. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Pi, Sin City. Also very good movies. I really liked Pi a lot. And Sin City is like a graphic novel come to life. But my number 1 movie, Paranoid Park. Now, for most of you who don't know, this is I don't know, it's based on a book. And, for anyone who's driven a skateboard or graffitied or, just lived in a bigger city, this is a really deep movie. You don't know what, you kind of get the gist of what's going on. It's a very slow build up, and there isn't really a climax. It's just sort of there. And I really love this movie. Not a lot of people have seen it, I don't think, and it's not one that a lot of people enjoyed from what I've. But damn, like there's this weird. It's like if you took a slice of life, an actual event that happened, a traumatic event, mix matched it in a dice master, and then really just reorgan. Like you put a movie through the shredder, thing happens, and then you put him in an. It's really pretty trippy. This kid accidentally kills this dude while while him and his friends are fucking around, and it just balls to the walls, punches you in the gut. I mean, damn, this movie is incredibly. It's really a trippy movie. Now you can say like I think this was probably the first movie I saw with a non-linear narrative when I was younger, and that really tripped me out because I really do like. Sorry, I just got up. It's really early in the morning, but this movie, wonderful, definitely worth a watch. Check it out if you haven't. It's called Paranoid Park. This is J Road, my top 11 list. I hope you like it. If you disagree and you think that one of my honorable mentions should have been first, I'm not saying that it couldn't have been. I'm saying that I left it off because if I put it on, it would be the number one on every list. Now, if you have other movies that weren't on here, please put them below. Tell me what you think. This is J Road, licensed by Jackie Radio, signing off.